Hey, Jason here from Simply Swider. If your washing machine smells like a gym locker mixed with rotten eggs, you're in the right place. In the next 10 minutes, I'll walk you through 5 specific fixes that'll eliminate that smell for good. And the good news is, most of these fixes are going to cost you under 20 bucks and maybe an
Oh,
hour
that
of your
smells
time.
awful.
Before we get started, if you run into any questions, jump into our Facebook group, links in the description. We've got thousands of people helping each other fix their appliances, and I pop in there daily to help out. All right, so here's what's actually happening behind the scenes. Most people think it's just stale water in the drum, but the real problem is something called biofilm. Think of it as a slimy layer made of bacteria, mold, and old detergent that forms in hidden spots throughout your machine. The backside of that shiny drum, inside those corrugated drain hoses, deep in the rubber gaskets. Real world breakdown, door seal mold is the big culprit on front loaders. Biofilm coating the outer tub hits all machine types. Detergent drawer mold is pretty common. Clogged drain filters show up on front loaders mainly, and drain hose coating is less frequent but stubborn when it happens. Think in layers here. Seals are surface level, dispensers are access points, filters are collection zones, hoses are exit paths, and the outer tub is the hidden disaster. Our job is to work through these systematically, starting with what's easiest to check. So the door boot seal, this is where I see probably 70% of front loader mold problems. Here's what happens. That rubber gasket has deep folds that trap water, lint, hair, and undissolved detergent. You close the door after a load, moisture can't evaporate, and boom, you've got a mold greenhouse. I had this customer last month, spent 200 bucks on machine
Start
cleaners
out,
trying to
we
fix
not
the
only see
smell.
a ton of
Turns out
mold
she was
on the door
cleaning the
boot
face of
seal,
the
but
seal
there's
but
a lot
never
of
pulled
gunk
back those
buildup in
rubber
the
lips.
holes
The
of this
mold was
door boot.
growing behind
So
there
to
like
start, we're
crazy.
going to
Here's how
make
to
sure
check
we
it. Wearing rubber gloves, gently pull back those rubber folds and look for black spots or slimy buildup. If you find mold, mix 1 part bleach with 10 parts water and scrub with an old toothbrush. This usually takes about 15 minutes of scrubbing, but if that mold has penetrated deep into the porous rubber, you're looking at replacement. The seal itself runs about 50 to 120 bucks. This one's the sneaky culprit, biofilm coating the plastic outer tub and that structural spider arm. You can't see this stuff without tearing the whole machine apart. Here's what's happening. Too much liquid detergent plus fabric softener creates this waxy layer. Washing only in cold water means it never dissolves, so mold colonizes it. You'll smell that sewage or rotten egg stink during fill or spin cycles. Sometimes you'll see black flakes appearing on your clean clothes. That's chunks of this bio sludge breaking off. I remember this lady who called me convinced her drain line was backing up. Nope, it was this invisible coating inside her machine. Since you can't reach this area to scrub, we need to use chemical cleaning. Run a cleaning cycle with Afresh tablets or 2 cups of white vinegar on the hottest water setting. Let the cycle complete, then run one more empty hot cycle to rinse everything clean. Never mix bleach with anything else, though. Learned that safety lesson the hard way. The detergent drawer is basically a dark, wet cave where mold loves to party. Fabric softener residues congeal in there, feeding mold spores. Here's the thing most people miss. They clean the
Water
removable
and a
tray but
nylon
ignore
brush
the
and
housing
pay
tunnel
particular
inside the
attention
machine.
to the top
Pull
underside of
that
the
drawer
drawer opening.
completely out and look into
This
that
is where the
cavity.
shower holes, which
You'll
supply
probably see
water, are
black
located.
spots on the top and back walls. I had this guy who kept running cleaning cycles, couldn't figure out why every load smelled musty. Turns out his dispenser housing was injecting mold spores into every wash. Grab a bottle brush or old toothbrush with some bleach solution and scrub those upper jets and the back of the housing. This one's always DIY. No reason to call someone like me for basic maintenance. The drain pump filter, front loaders mainly. It's that little access door at the bottom
then
front of your
unfill the 2
machine.
Phillips
This
screws.
thing catches lint, coins, hair, whatever falls out of pockets, and if you never clean it, that standing water goes septic. I've seen some nasty stuff in these filters. Don't ask me how I know that. When you open that cap, you'll get hit with concentrated sewage smell if it's the problem. Place a shallow pan underneath, unscrew the filter, drain the water, and clean out all the gunk. Scrub that filter mesh while you're at it. Some folks ignore this serviceable part, and the smell keeps coming back no matter how much they clean the drum. The corrugated drain hose running from your pump to the wall, this one's less common but stubborn when it shows up. Those ridges in the hose trap water and debris that never fully drain, creating this bacterial lining. Here's the test. Disconnect that drain hose and smell the end. Squeeze it. If it crunches or feels squishy with resistance, it's lined with gunk. I remember this customer who cleaned her machine religiously. Smell would come right back. Problem was the exit path was coated in bacteria. You can try snaking it or pressure washing, but honestly, replacement is 20 to 40 bucks and 100% effective. Way easier than fighting with a nasty hose. The door boot seal on front loaders, you're looking at 50 to 120 bucks for the part. Installation's moderate difficulty, about a 3 out of 5. You'll need to remove the front panel and use spring removal tools to detach the gasket. If you're comfortable with that kind of work, definitely DIY territory, but if the machine needs major disassembly to get to the inner retaining ring, that's when you call someone like me. Here's the decision point. If the mold is surface level, clean it. If it's penetrated, that porous rubber, and you can't scrub it out, replace it. The drain pump filter, this one's free to fix. You're not replacing anything, just cleaning what's there. Maybe grab a bottle brush if you don't have one, but that's it. Easy difficulty, anyone can do this. It's just basic maintenance that should happen every few months. Don't let standing water turn into a swamp in there. The corrugated drain hose runs 20 to 40 bucks. Easy replacement if you can access the back of your machine and work with hose clamps. If that connection's buried deep in the cabinet, might be service territory, but honestly, most folks can handle this one. Way cheaper than repeated service calls trying to clean a hose that's lined with bacteria. For biofilm on the outer tub, you're looking at 10 to 20 bucks in cleaning products, heavy duty tablets or vinegar. That's assuming chemical cleaning works. If you need manual teardown to scrape the tub, that's a 90% labor job and rarely cost effective. If your machine's over 8 years old and chemical shock doesn't work, replacement starts making more sense than a full teardown. All right, if you're dealing with parts that need replacing, let's talk about what you're looking at cost wise and when it makes sense to fix versus replace. Most of this stuff is actually maintenance and elbow grease, but when you do need parts, here's the breakdown. Now, you can see on the screen right now the models that tend to have these issues most frequently. Samsung and LG front loaders show up a lot for gasket mold. Those deep folds are tough to keep clean. Speed Queen units, especially the TC5 series, have issues with that fabric softener dispenser. Whirlpool Duet series machines are sensitive to detergent overdose, but honestly, this biofilm problem can hit any brand if you've got the right conditions. Too much detergent, cold water only, and closing that door right after use. That's how you tackle washing machine mildew smell. Start with the door seal on front loaders, check that drain filter, clean the detergent dispenser housing, and don't forget about chemical cleaning for that hidden biofilm. Most importantly, let's prevent this from happening again. Use only the recommended amount of HE detergent. That's usually 1 to 2 tablespoons. Run a hot water cycle once a week and always leave your door cracked open for at least an hour after each wash to let moisture evaporate. If you guys know someone who's having appliance troubles, please send them the link to this video or a link to my channel where I have tons of other videos showing how to fix pretty common issues with appliances, sometimes for free or as little cost as possible. It sure beats having a repairman come out and spending several hundred for them to fix it when it could be something so simple. If this helped you get your washing machine smelling fresh again, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Let me know which fix worked for you. Really helps other people with the same problem. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'll get this out to more folks who need to save some time and money. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.